Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be discussing the transit of Mars into the sign of Sagittarius. On 16th of January 2022, Mars has already entered the sign of Sagittarius and it has got conjunct with Venus. It's been a while when Venus has been in its retrograde motion, and for the next 14 days Venus will be in its retrogression. So the thing which will happen is that slowly and gradually you will see that Mars and Venus will come very close in conjunction. Mars is that masculine energy, it is the energy which rules over the fire element. Sagittarius is inherently a very fiery sign. It is also a masculine sign. Whereas whenever we talk about the planet Venus, Venus is a feminine planet, it rules over the water element. Now these two planets are just like polar parts. If we talk about Mars, Mars is the planet of energy, the means anything which requires energy to act upon, to perform something. Like I need to do this thing and I need to perform it and I will achieve it. This kind of mentality is obtained through Mars. Now whether you will be doing it with some righteous mode or some wrong mode or some shortcut mode, that will depend upon other planets. But I need to do this, I need to achieve it, that is Mars. Your action, our reactions regarding anything. Okay. Now when we talk about Venus, Venus is anything which is related to love, pleasure, comforts, the softness, the tenderness, that yes, I need to flow smoothly, okay, that kind of feeling. Luxury, anything which can make us feel comfortable, lovable, desires, passion, that is Venus. Now when it comes in conjunction with Mars, the passion turns into burning desire or burning passion, that I need this one. Now this kind of conjunctions directly impact our relationships, because Mars normally deals with that masculine energy and Venus normally deals with that feminine energy. When these two planets come very close to each other, it simply means that it will directly ask us to get more and more from our relationships. So suddenly you will be participating more into the things wheresoever this transit is happening in your chart. In whichever house it happens, the significance related to that particular house, you will be super active regarding those things. Now definitely it will be different for every one of us, because it may act upon any natal planet also, it may act upon depending upon our dasha system also, Ashtakvarga scores also. But the most important part here is that anything which we love, anything which we desire, or anything which makes us feel very comfortable, very lovable, suddenly you will feel that I can do anything in order to achieve it. Now this particular conjunction through the transit is quite different from Rahu and Venus. If it is Rahu Venus conjunction through the transit or in the birth chart, it may make you feel that yes, I deserve better. This kind of feelings, like suppose if you are in a relationship, you may suddenly feel that I deserve better, so you will leave that person and you will jump into some other one. But in case of Mars and Venus, it's simply what happens, that I know that I love that person and I can do anything to achieve that person in my life, or it can be anything. I love that thing because that thing gives me the feeling of comfort, pleasure, luxury, feeling of love, security, so I can do anything to achieve it. This kind of feelings comes normally with Mars and Venus. Now looking into the fact what kind of flavors the sign of Sagittarius will bring with respect to this transit, most importantly, if you understand that on 29th of January Venus will be direct, but the motion of movement of Venus will still be very slow. So what will happen during that time, Mars will come very close to Venus. So more 2 weeks, that means by the time the mid of February, Mars and Venus will be very closely conjunct. In fact, a time will come when Mars will be in planetary war with Venus and subsequently Mars will go ahead of Venus. So that time the frequency, the energy of this transit will be very high. So our desires to achieve something or the things which we love will be very high. So it can also lead to some kind of ego battles, some kind of conflicts with respect to our partner. Okay, so because you will be expecting more things, you may suddenly feel that the things which I expect from my partner is not getting fulfilled. So you will expect more from him or her. You may expect more time, you may expect more love, you may expect anything. Means suddenly you will feel that the things which I need, I am not getting out of it. So this can lead to some kind of conflicts. This can lead to some kind of, means you will feel that the balance is going ups and downs. When we talk about Sagittarius, Sagittarius is the basically the sign of dharma. It is the sign of higher spiritual knowledge, the divine blessing, the wisdom. It is also the sign of optimism. So anything which can clarify our mind from darkness to divine light, that is the sign of Sagittarius. And who can be better than our guru, who can give us the divine knowledge? Because when we go to our guru regarding any kind of conflicts on our mind or on our anything, it can be our heart, mind or soul, anything which is disturbing us, when we request our guru that I am suffering from all these problems and I just request you, please help me out, I am on your feet, please help me out of this problem. So suddenly you will feel that yes, your guru is blessing you, or your elders, your father. It is the divine blessing of your father, your guru, or your elders which can take us away from all those darkness towards a brighter side of the light. And that is the reason what happens. Suddenly you will feel that I can go to any extent in order to achieve my desires. So here it comes the challenge that when and how to protect our energy. You may suddenly feel that I can go to any boundary, because Sagittarius is the sign where we can achieve the things. You will always remember the symbol of the Sagittarius, that is that someone just like a half man and half horse taking that bow and arrow. Okay, so it is the sign that get the divine knowledge, get the proper knowledge and act upon the karma. Okay, so here I will say that depending upon the placement of Jupiter and Saturn in our chart, which is very essential. Suppose if Jupiter and Saturn is very well placed in our chart, so every time we have that restriction and that dharma, means our karma and dharma will be well balanced. And this conjunction of Mars and Venus, even though it is happening for in the transit, we will always know where to stop. What is the boundary? It is very essential, because you see, Mars is fire. It takes a second to catch the fire, but where to stop it, where to extinguish it. We all know about the massacres which a fire can cause, or the massacres which water can cause. Okay, that is Venus. So it is very essential to understand that what is the limit, what is the boundary. Because when we talk about the desires, there is no end of desires, correct? Although it is different from Rahu Venus, but still Mars Venus can make you feel that this is the thing which I want and I can do anything to achieve it. Most specifically when Mars and Venus will be very close in conjunction to each other. So you see, there are different kinds of opinions with respect to this particular transit. Means many say that this transit has got some difficult consequences. Many say that if we channelize our energy in a proper manner, then this transit can be can prove to be a blessing in your life. Because I will say, Venus is creativity. Venus is anything which is related to art, which is very artistic, very creative, very beautiful. Like suppose if you are a singer, if you are a dancer, if you are an artist, you can be a drama artist, you can be a theaterist, Even if suppose um, if you like to speak poetry, okay, or suppose you recite poems or anything like that, anything which requires creativity, due to the virtue of this transit of Mars and Venus, this will spark the energy within you. So suddenly you will feel that now I can spend more time in my painting, now I can spend more time in my dancing and singing. So it can also happen that due to this transit you may make masterpiece of paintings. Or suppose you are practicing some kind of dance, some dance form or some kind of classical music. So by the virtue of this particular transit you can achieve new forms of dance. Or you may feel that yes, I was going through this particular artistic method of classical singing, but I was unable to do it. But the moment Mars entered the sign of Sagittarius and got conjunct with Venus, I achieved it. And I also got what is the way of practicing it in the further days to come. So this is the benefit of this Mars Venus conjunction. It will definitely depend upon the position of Jupiter and Saturn in your chart. Definitely I will say, if Jupiter and Saturn is not well placed in your chart, then what will happen? This energy of Mars and Venus, which can become uncontrollable at certain point of time. Now why I emphasize on this particular part, there is a big reason for that. Normally Mars stays in a sign for average of 45 days. It can be 46 days, it can be 47 days, but take as an average 45 days. During this time, initially Venus will be retrograding, and whenever it turns direct, it will be direct, but it will be moving very slowly. On 26th of February, Mars will enter the sign of Capricorn and get conjunct with Saturn. On 27th of February, Venus will also enter the sign of Capricorn and get conjunct with Saturn and Mars both. So that time, looking into the fact that natural beneficence and maleficence, Mars and Saturn, they both are natural malefic planet. Venus on the other hand is a natural benefic planet. Although Capricorn is a friendly sign for Venus, Saturn is a friend of Venus. So you can take it in this way, that at one point of the time, here Venus will be in a complete test. It will be challenged that what kind of desires you have, it will be under question. Most importantly, in the sign of Capricorn, Mars will be exalted. So you can understand that what type of desires which we have, what are the path which we are using in order to achieve those things. Is it correct? Is it wrong? Will be tested in next 45 days. Yes, by the time second week of February comes, when Mars and Venus will be very closely conjunct, that is the time when the actual final say from our side, from mankind, will be very important, because whatever step you take during that time will be under question when Mars and Venus both enters the sign of Capricorn. Yes, during this time when Venus is in retrogression, Mercury is also in retrogression. So suppose if you are feeling that yes, I like that girl or I like that boy, I can say to him or her that yes, this is the thing which is going in my mind, okay. And suddenly suppose you come into a relationship, be very careful that during this time both Mercury and Venus are in retrogression. So your words, your actions, and your way of presenting yourself in front of that person will be tested. So use your wisdom. Yes, it will be intensified, it will be very intense, but it has to be checked very properly that what kind of method we are using in order to getting the work done. Because you see, Sagittarius is also the sign of higher spiritual knowledge, higher intelligence. Means it forms the natural ninth house of the natural zodiac. And Venus is something which is very creative, very lovely, and Mars is that energy. So suddenly you will feel that yes, that person is so beautiful and at the same time so intelligent. So you will get attracted by that charisma of that personality. And same thing can happen with you also. Most importantly, suppose someone is having Mars Venus conjunction, or suppose Mars Venus is having mutual aspect in your horoscope. If you are having Mars Venus exchange in your horoscope, or suppose Venus is sitting in the sign of Mars and Mars is aspecting Venus, okay, so in that particular case also, this transit will have more impact on you. Anyone going through the dasa of Jupiter, Mars or Venus will also have more impact in them during this particular time. Now if we talk about the exact days and timing of this particular transit, then I will say you the whole of Sagittarius, when Mars will be transiting, the whole of 45 days or 46 days, this conjunction will be there. A very close conjunction will be there, to be very precise. In Capricorn also they will be very closely conjunct. On 31st of March, now January is going on, whole of February they will be in a very close conjunction. On 31st of March, Venus will leave Capricorn and it will enter the sign of Aquarius. That time Mars will be in Capricorn, and on 10th of April Mars will enter the sign of Aquarius. Again they will get conjunct. So this conjunction of Mars and Venus is going to be a very long one. So it is very essential for us that which things which we are choosing, that these are the things which I need to achieve. So how can we channelize this particular transit? This is very important. The most important part here is that you can simply jot it down in a piece of paper, that these are the things which I need to achieve in my life. These are the things which can give me further growth, because don't forget these two planets will get conjunct with Saturn also. So whatever choices you are making, it will be tested. Definitely it will be tested, and those kind of challenges will also be thrown towards you. So if you are choosing anything which is not meant for you, will be taken away from you by the time they will enter the sign of Capricorn. So that time you will feel that, oh, I wanted that, I didn't get it. Okay, so that time don't blame Saturn, correct? It is very essential for every one of us that which are the things which we really required, what are our dharma, where we should use our energy, our desire and passion, correct? So those are the things which we need to be very focused on. If we really work upon those things, then trust me, when Venus and Mars enter the sign of Capricorn, that particular conjunction of Mars, Venus and Saturn will really be helpful for every one of us. Now this is irrespective of what type of planetary positions you are having in your horoscope. This is for every one of us, and definitely this particular transit will have a say regarding our dasa, regarding our Ashtakbarga scores, regarding which planet it is transiting over. Like suppose this Mars Venus conjunction, this transit is happening over your natal Ketu. So suddenly you will feel the things which I don't like to face in my life, those things are popping up in my life, and I have to deal with those things since it is transiting over your Ketu. And suppose if it is transiting over your Rahu, then what will happen? The things which you had been wanting in your life from your lifetime, suddenly those things will come in front of you and you will like, wow, I was waiting for this opportunity in my life and I have got it. So what should I do more to achieve it? So this kind of change of energy and feelings within us, the vibes, energy and frequency will be different for every one of us. Now here I talked about the natal planets. It can be in your 3rd house, it can be in your 6th house, 7th house, 8th house. It will depend, definitely. It will vary. So I will say that anytime if you feel that yes, these are the things which I need to have in my life, or these are the things which can beautify my life in a better way, jot it down in a piece of paper and take it as a resolution that yes, I need to have all kind of righteous path, because don't forget it is happening in the sign of Sagittarius. I need to have every possible kind of right path, righteous path, the path of dharma to achieve it. Use the energy of Mars in a positive manner, because Mars is such a type of planet where you will feel that if I don't get it, I will snatch it. Because Mars is that soldier, it will not wait for your sanction, correct? It will not wait for your permission, it will just snatch it. So I will say this is also a time, I will say it's a challenge, that how much you respect your partner, that will also be questioned during this time. Because when you are in a relationship, when you are in any kind of partnership, now here I'm not only talking about marriage relationship, it can be any kind of partnership also, what kind of respect, what kind of patience level you are having while you are dealing with your partners will also be questioned during this time. Like suppose if you are asking for any kind of approval from your partner and the partner is late for 1 day or 2 day, suddenly you will feel that I was expecting you from last 2 days and you didn't reply. Okay, so this kind of impulsion can come. So you have to be very careful regarding those things also, very essential I will say. And definitely, since it is happening in the sign of Sagittarius and Jupiter is in Aquarius, which is third from Sagittarius, so your communications, and second from Sagittarius at present in the sign of Capricorn is your Saturn and Mercury retrograde. So what you are saying and how you are conveying the things has to be taken care of, because Mercury will be direct, a time will come when Mercury will also turn direct. So that time don't fall in trap of the things that, oh, I did a mistake by saying in this way, or I reacted in a wrong manner, I shouldn't have done so. Okay, so it's better to act in a proper way rather than being sorry for something which you might repent later. And most important part here is that suppose any kind of creative talents you have, any, see, every one of us is born with some kind of creative talent. Like suppose someone can have a very good handwriting, okay, so suddenly you will feel that yes, I can write down some things which I can put it on social media and I can be a blogger. Okay, so this kind of things can also happen. So you can use your energy in some productive manner rather than using it in such a way that can only increase your anxiety. Because don't forget, Mars, when transiting through the sign of Sagittarius, it will impact the sign of Gemini, it will also impact the sign of Cancer, it will also impact the sign of Pisces. It will, by its fourth aspect, it will aspect the sign of Pisces, by its eighth aspect it will aspect the sign of Cancer. So what will happen if you go into some kind of, if you take any kind of step which you should not take, then it will directly impact your subconscious mind, your peace of mind, and it will also cause some kind of mental anxiety. Since it is looking directly into the sign of Gemini and Mercury is retrograde, so whatever you say, whatever you speak, how you communicate has to be taken care of. Yes, due to that upsurge of energy, you will be very passionate, you will be like, yes, I can do it, I can be, means socially very active and everything, okay, I can talk with multiple peoples at the same time. But yes, you have to take care that while you are conveying the things or while you are communicating the things, you have to take care regarding your own path of life, that are you doing the correct thing, are you are meeting the correct people, or you are bringing the correct type of energies in your life. Okay, so as I say that it will be different for every one of us, for everyone has different kind of horoscopes, different kind of birth chart. Our D1 D9 chart placement will be different, the Ashtakvarga scores will be different, we might be having any kind of natal planet sitting over our chart and this transit will be happening over that particular house. We don't know which house it is, which nakshatra it is, and yes, it will be creating different kind of flavors, different kind of colors in front of us. So anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section, you can directly mail to me, you will find the email address down in the description section. Your comments are always welcome to me, And if you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and next time when I come back, I will be coming back with a more interesting video. So till then, I'm signing off for today. Thanking you. Bye bye.